This is your Psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. It's 11:05 p.m. UK time. Heading towards the witching hour. We are going to delve deep tonight. We are going to look into the looking glass. Hiya there, Graham. Hiya, Mystery, Hazeltine. Good evening, Twitchers. Hiya there, Zedmar, Lady Aid, Teddy. Hiya, Nicole. Good evening, YouTubers. Thank you, Mystery. Bless you all on this beautiful Sunday evening. This is live underground in Newcastle upon Tyne. We are about to start our weekly spiritualist church. How are you all doing? Good evening in North Shields, just up the road. It's quite foggy tonight, isn't it, Beverly? Hi there in Italy. I bet it's lovely over there at the moment. Hiya, Cindy. Good evening in Shropshire. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you're all around the world. We are going to delve deep tonight as usual. Apologies I couldn't be on last Sunday. I became overall sickly and faint because I'm still taking treatments, aren't I? Even though if you end chemo or radiotherapy, you get to ring your bell, but sometimes the treatments don't end. And in my case, I'm on immunotherapy for the next year. And I'm normally do fine, but I came over all sickly and faint last Sunday, and I know when to stop, and I just had to stop. But I've been doing a lot of meditating since last Sunday, and I think you're going to get unusual stuff tonight. I feel there's new downloads coming in, so that's pretty good, isn't it? Because otherwise it just gets repetitive if it's the same thing all the time. And to be fair, I think last Sunday I was going to do a spiritualist church, but again you need the energies for that, and I'm just getting back on track again, so I will hopefully try and do one of them through the week for you, like a seance, like a live seance where we can bring through your loved ones and stuff like that. And of course, hopefully within the next week or so I will be back on track, and Twitchers will be getting more for the money what they have been getting. So thank you for being patient with us, and thank you for all the new subscribers as well on both forums, on YouTube and on Twitch. Thank you so much. Welcome to our humble abode, should I say. Good evening there in Birmingham. Brummies, how are you doing? I've got family what lives down there. How are you doing, Margaret? So, I'll just get a cup of tea. Oh, bless you, Owen. Owen needs to talk to his brother. So do I need to talk to my brother too. So if anybody doesn't know what Twitch is, it's another forum that I'm on, and I'll leave the link in the description afterwards of this stream, and then you can always subscribe if you want. Okay, which hopefully you'll start getting extra. Oh, that's lovely, Teddy. It just means you get us more behind the scenes, you know. A bit more swearing, a bit more rough around the edges, you know what I mean? But like I say, I was doing all of that before all me hoo-ha in January. But I'm nearly there, guys. I'm nearly there. And thanks to all your love and support, and I'm really, really lucky. Oh, thank you. Free will is running rampant. That is so true, Holly. And it's hard to get concrete answers, isn't it? Now, I'm not too near the mic, am I? Because I've had complaints about being too near the mic or not so near the mic. Oh, thank you, Teddy. So I'll just wait for a few more to come on and then we'll get started. And for newcomers, what we normally start is with a prayer for protection. And it just puts that protection around her. And then if you want, you can write any names in the comment section in the stream or afterwards in the link on YouTube on the comment section. If you need any healing, because I've done the Reiki prayer before I've come on, I've asked the angels to do this for you. So any healing you need, and if you're worried about a situation, any situation, persons, animal, literally anything, write the name in the comment section or the situation and you will receive that healing and prayers. And I just think it's important that we all come together. And I think it's a nice community, isn't it? Oh, that's nice, Beverly. I used to do the spiritualist churches a long time ago when the boys were little. I started to go to them, and then the lovely ladies at New Biggin Hall Spiritualist Church, it's not even there now, the council shut it down. They trained me how to switch on and off what I had, what was coming into play. I'm a transfigurating medium, and they showed me how to switch it on and off like a light switch. So I went into closed circles to learn all of that. And then I've never looked back. Eileen, God rest her soul. And I used to go there on a Wednesday night. And at the time, it was really handy because it was just over the road in this little community in the school centre where I lived. And I used to get a babysitter for the boys and then go over and that. Sometimes my dad would babysit for them, or whoever was available, and then would go over and go with my friends at the time. And then, you know, if anyone's been to a spiritualist church, a spooky meeting as we call it over here in the UK, the old spooky meetings, you know, and it was just nice, you know. And Adam, my youngest, actually got, not christened, he got a naming ceremony there, much to my nana's disgust. And because my nana was very religious, and she didn't like the idea that he was getting it done at the spooky meeting, you know. But it was actually very spiritual. Everybody came with a flower, and I stood at the top, and then everybody handed the flower to him, and he kept going saying "tar, tar," you know, like thank you. And he was really cute in that. That was gone in the days when he was cute. But my nana didn't come. And when I look back on the situation now, I wished I had have gone and got him christened, just for my nana's sake, you know what I mean? You know, like old-fashioned views and all of that type of thing. But I didn't. I went against her. I didn't do it with my first son because I was younger. But my nana, you know, she wouldn't let anybody in the house if they'd had a baby unless they'd been churched as well. And I got a blessing. We got blessed at the church before the christening. So, because I was an unmarried mother, you know what I mean? And that's just the way my nana's views were. But yeah, I went against my nana with my second son, God rest her soul. But you just live and learn, don't you? You live and learn. And it's not important really in the whole scheme of things when you look at it. But I think sometimes with the older generation, I think it's just nice just to have respect and just to go along with sometimes what they like. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, if you believe in it, and I believe in Christ, but I just went against it at the time. But yeah, just the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? So, from then on, I was really into the spiritualist church. And then the over the years, I started to do the stand-ups there. And then from then there was other spiritualist churches that I did, and then I started to go into the halls. I started to do the working man's clubs, not in front of a large audience, maybe it's 200 to 500 people, but it was enough for me, and you're going onto a stage and that, and then doing like the live medium shows. But then I started to get anxiety and terrible panic attacks, and I had to stop. And it was only through social media how I got my confidence back. Because before then, I just went like in on myself. just went in on myself, you know. Julie Brett, the saying is, if children are not christened, they are not a child of God. This is very true. That's what they say. Well, I've asked Adam if he wants to be christened. He fancies going and getting it done, but obviously it's different when you're older because they've got a donkey right under now, haven't they? But there you go. What was I saying? Oh, it's a dress, thank you. It's a blue dress. But yeah, I had Nana was on my dad's side and Grandma was on my mum's side. Two totally different women altogether. One was very posh, like Mrs. Bouquet. You know, Mrs. Bouquet, like the television, the comedy show. Like the Queen. She was like the Queen. And then my Nana was like, she was just my Nana. She was a hardened northern woman. But she loved her kids, you know, she loved her grandchildren. Literally to this day, I can't even talk about her. And it's just basically just been a memory recently because she passed away on her 90th birthday. And we were going to have a big do for her that night, and she passed away. Talking about her now to this day, I get like a lump in my throat. She was the heart of the family, my Nana. Yeah, just one of them things, isn't it? It's funny how sometimes you go for the Church of England or the Catholic side, isn't it? But you don't have to be baptised. I was baptised. I was christened on Easter Sunday, according to my mother. So that's quite unusual, isn't it? But I think it's nice, you know, I think part of this great spiritual awakening as well is some people turn to religion. You know, everyone's different because that's what it is. It's a unique thing. We all are unique. Julie Brett here. Oh no, Jean Psychic's Methodist. So everybody's unique and does what they need to do. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't actually go to church. I very rarely go to church. But where I live, there's this most quaint little 16th century, I'm not sure if it's 16th century or 17th century. It's very, very old, little quaint Christian church, Church of England. And sometimes I'll just go there, you know. My friend who passed away, Mike, he used to work there, you know, and he was the one that opened the church late at night because I was upset about my dog. The story about my dog, what passed over. It's a long story, but I had never seen it, and I was very upset with my spirit guide Jed, because why didn't Jed warn us that my dog was going to die? He was only 2, my little first dog I had, called Little Jackie Boy. He was like a circus dog. He was a Jack Russell. I've only ever had Jack Russells, and he could actually walk on his hind legs and do little tricks and stuff like that. And he died at 2. He swallowed a stone, got peritonitis. He swallowed it out the garden, and that was that. The vet didn't pick it up, and my poor little doggy died. And I was distraught, you know, when you really love an animal and it's like part of your soul, you know. And I was angry with my guide because my guide was never around when little Jackie Boy was here. And to cut a long story short, Mike Pennington, God rest his soul, he looked like him off Lord of the Rings with a long white beard, you know. Lovely man. And he said, Louise, look within your heart and I'll leave you in this church. And I'm sitting in this little church, like something out of a scene, you know, a scene from the Da Vinci Code. And I'm sitting there all on my own in this tiny little church, looking at the stained glass window. And then all of a sudden it dawned on us why Jed didn't warn us. It's because Jackie Boy was Jed. my spirit guide had come down in animal form for at least 2 years to be with us at that precise moment in time. At the time, I was being fired at by a load of black magic, horrible stuff, which one day I'm going to put it into a book. And to cut a long story short, I feel he had to be with us at that point in time physically to guard us. Yeah, so there's always a story behind something. But yeah, so that's my favourite little church. But sadly now, sometimes they'll lock the door. Mike doesn't have that church anymore. It's a lady vicar, and she's so funny. She's like the Vicar of Dibley. If anybody doesn't know the Vicar of Dibley, you'll have to Google it if you're not from the UK. But she's hilarious, and you'll see her riding around the village on her little bike. Do you know what I mean? And she's so hilarious and so funny. But yeah, it's just the way it is now. So they lock the doors now. They don't have the church doors open. You've got to ask to go in if it's not like there's not a service on. But sometimes you can go and sit in, there's like a little pew inside before you go in, like little seats. And I'll just go and sit in there if I'm ever down. And I just get great comfort from this little church. But like I say, you don't have to have God. You don't have to go to church, I say, to be near God. That's what I need to say. And part of the awakening is discovering all of this. Do you know what I mean? But some people are just totally against religion, and that's fine, you know. But it's like your awakening is your own. That is your personal awakening. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen that. Julie Brett says I've been watching a load of videos of the Shroud of Turin. The church doors always used to be open. I don't know, is it the same in the States? So Jean Psychic says to have church doors open there. What's your take on the Shroud? I'll look into it tonight. Now I've got to suddenly jump up. Naughty. Sorry about this, guys. Nala. Right, I've got a waterfall. I've got like a little drinking fountain thing. And Nala, this is the second one that's come because she bit through the cables of the other one with her chopper teeth. And she loves it, but she's got this fascination with pulling it over. Nala. But if I've got to suddenly jump up, it's because she's going to pull the water over. Give me 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back in a minute. You naughty girl. That's naughty. Naughty. No. Okay. The Vicar of Dibley. Hilarious. Dawn French. She's getting a big girl. They both are. Excuse me. Right, so where's me bell? Yeah, English comedy's really good, isn't it? I like Father Ted. Has anybody seen that? It's an old one. Excuse me. I wonder if Jesus' eyes were blue or brown. I believe brown. I'm just reading your comments. Okay, let's start. Right, I'm going to show you something quickly before we start actually. Right, my lovely friend Anna from Bournemouth, hope you don't mind, Anna, I'm showing them. She sent us this beautiful gift. I might try them out tonight. And it's cat tarot. Aren't they lovely? I'll quickly show you them. It comes with a lovely illustrated book. So it's just got lovely designs. Isn't that lovely? Look at that one. Look at the hermit. That's like Nala if she was in a tree. She would just be sitting there like that. They're beautifully illustrated. There's a one in here. What's the double of let's see if I can find it. There we look. The six of fire. And if you look there in the background, it looks like Zizi. Can you see there? So we might try them out later. You've got dog tarot. How cute's that? Well, I just monged last night, guys. I got a Chinese takeaway after I'd been with my granddaughter, and me and Adam watched just a film which I've seen before called White Chicks. Oh my god. You know, you just can't be bothered to concentrate watching anything, and you just want to watch something what's funny. And I just lay on the settee and I watched White Chicks, and it was just so funny. Has anybody seen that? Hilarious. It's hilarious, isn't it? Sometimes you just have to do things like that, don't you? And it's just to recharge your batteries. Okie dokie, let's get started. So for new people coming in, I'm going to call upon all the angels. Actually, that looks a little bit strange that they've had their teeth into that. Where's the other one? That's it. Oh my god, I didn't know that. Patricia Scowen. Very sad for Nikki Allen, her partner Darren, who died yesterday. They were about to... I didn't know. They're about to go to Burnham to a psychic show. Oh my goodness me, we'll do... Oh... We'll do prayers for Nikki. That's dreadful. Dear God. I just don't know what's going on, because sometimes I just switch off because I'm always busy on a Saturday. That's dreadful. Dear God. God love her. Right. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Metadon. I invoke Archangel Metadon. I invoke Archangel Metadon. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, In Ra, Anybody who would like to come forth from the spirit world, the animal kingdom, fairy elementals, star races, on world, off world, as above and below, telecommunication or from the spirit world, any angel realm who would like to come forth to give us the true answers tonight and the healing that this circle of light needs. May the circle of light be casted with love and light, love and light, love and light, love and light. Amen. Write your name in the comment sections if you need any healing, and you can do it afterwards after the stream as well. Hiya Marina. Right, before we start, with us being on YouTube, I've never spoken to Nikki. I've seen some of her videos. She's a lovely lady. If anybody doesn't know who Nikki Allen is, she's a YouTuber, psychic. She does psychic. She's got her own channel, Psychic Nikki Allen. I'm sorry, Nikki, that you're going through what you're going through. We want to send, as a community, we want to send love, healing and protection that Nikki needs tonight for what she is going through. And let's hope that Darren is not suffering now and he is over on the other side in the light. Remember, you're the same 5 minutes before death to when you go over. So I believe that Darren would not have been ready for this. Let's all send healing and love out to Nikki, that she receives the comfort and the healing in her time of need. We love you, and we send you peace, love, and healing. Healing prayers, Nikki. Take care. Take care, sweetheart. Oh, God, love her. I believe that Nikki will bounce back, and Nikki will talk a lot about Darren, and maybe even bring Darren in with communications. She just needs time. Blessings for Nikki and Darren. He will be very missed. And blessings for anybody else in this audience. It doesn't get any easier, guys. It doesn't. It's going to be nearly 3 years for my brother. And it's coming up to his memory on my dad's birthday, believe it or not, on the 20th of September. And my poor mother, you know, I just don't... There's no words. There's no words, because I don't feel you ever get over it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, God love her. Something what Daniela's saying here. She was so in love. I bet he was so lovely. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, what it's all about? Just talking about that this afternoon. Without saying names, I had a lovely gentleman at the house a few nights ago. I'll not say names because it's all private. But he had lost his daughter. She was only like 18 or something, and she'd had a bit of a drink, been with her friends, and choked on her sick. You know, choked on her vomit. I mean, that's so awful. Young lady, everything, life ahead of her, and it just makes you wonder what it's all about. And he's devastated, this man. He was absolutely devastated. But she came through for him. She came through. And I get this a lot, you know, people who pass before their time, they're not ready, they're not prepared. So that you're the same 5 minutes before death to when you go over. It doesn't change your personality. You know what I mean? That happened to your friend, did it, Janie? I just think that, you know, as the time goes on, what's that saying? You don't get over losing your loved ones. You learn to walk through it. You learn to walk through it. The worst grief, I would say, is to lose a child, definitely. But grief is grief, isn't it? You know, everyone's different. What the thing with the losing a child is it's death in the wrong order, because you don't expect your Ben to go before you, your child to go before you. It's just not normal, you know. But there is life after life, and I keep being given this all the time from these amazing souls what come through in my private sittings for people. When the people come and see us, I do readings if you ever want a private reading. And you don't always have to come to us, you know, like to my house. I do them literally, you know, on FaceTime, WhatsApp, Zoom, whichever way you prefer, you know, Skype. So I can hit people around the world, you know, what need that reading. But they keep telling me that there's life after life, and we class it as death because we're watching our loved ones going from physical into non-physical. But they keep saying, oh no, there's no such thing as death, you know. You literally, it's like we don't know until you're over there, until you're over the veil. They're saying different. Oh, hi, Debbie. It's a pleasure. Thanks for my reading tonight. Yeah, I don't suppose you would ever be the same when you lose your loved one like that. But let's start. I've got my crystal ball. Right, she's been in the garden all day. I've been to Little Girl, guys, today. There's a new Little what's been built not far away from where I live. And it was quite a large one, and it was good quality food, you know, good quality stuff. They sell a lot of organic stuff there. Half the price of like the normal supermarkets. So I was quite pleased with myself. I got some nice stuff. I've got my cards here. So we're going to do a world predictions tonight, but I'm just going to ask some questions, what people want to know before we start. Throw some questions at us, guys, what you want to know. This is world prediction night. I'll do the personal through the week, hopefully. I know there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on at the moment, isn't there? You know, and the thing with this situation, with this with the election, what's coming up in the US, you know, it's a situation where, I'll be honest, I go with what I feel, what I see, but something could just suddenly drastically change. So like I've always promised you, I'll take it week by week by week. But as it stands, what I'm feeling at the minute is it looks like it's more in Kamala Harris's favour than Trump. But you never know with anything, especially the crazy times we're living in. But I'll take another check into it tonight as well. Louise, Kamala bombed her first interview. What does that mean, bombed? Please explain. That's not literal. It's like an American phrase. What does that mean, bombed? Oh, she did really bad. Oh, really? Right. Crazy, crazy times. Crazy times. Short of weakness, right? Well, you just don't know, do you then, really, do you? Anything's possible. Last week, I got a funny vibe about Robert Kennedy. And I've given that prophecy before, where there'll be a twist of fate and there'll be a man who'll stand in the White House with a stutter. Or, no, I said a peach impediment. A peach. A speech impediment. It's going to be one of them nights. Why would that be the case? I want to look into that. Shall I ask that? Because there's different timelines. Shall we see why that could be the case? I'll start it off. Why am I saying how that could happen, that Robert Kennedy could be the president of the United States of America? How could that be possible? Seven cards. Mamma mia, here we go again. I like what Cobra's put here. The US does not feel safe anymore. Neither does the UK. I tell you. Okay, so we've got the Page of Swords, the Devil. There's going to be something swift here. We've got the Tower. We've got the Tower, and we've got the Devil, and we've got the Judgment, and we've got the Temperance upside down, and we've got the High Priestess upside down. This is huge. This is huge. So the Page of Swords, even though it's a child card, I want to say that's like a younger version. I would say that's Vance. Is it Vance? I'm going to say Vance. Right. You know, Trump can be very unpredictable. You don't know, do you? You really don't know. Is it a case? Because there is going to be some huge changes coming in with the Republican Party. Huge changes. This could be his Trump card. And if it's the case that that's the case, right? It's a definite something what's happening. And we've got the Devil card here. There's going to be a swift change. I'm going to get some timings on this. We've got the Judgment here. So if he replaced Vance with Kennedy, I'm inclined to change my mind again. I'm inclined to change my mind if that happens. You know, and I say change my mind because at the minute I'm feeling Kamala, it's looking good, that's what I'm feeling, it's what my guys are saying. But if it's a case that it's Kennedy Trump, I'm very inclined to change my mind and swing back the other way. And if that was the case, there could be something quick, a swift change, what could happen. I don't like speaking negatively, but if something did happen to Trump, that means that then Kennedy could be the next president of the United States of America. Let's pull some more cards out. So it is very temperamental. And that's why I always promise to take you through it week by week. I've got some jumpers here. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Wands. I want to say that there's a lot of chopping and changing. There's a lot of chopping and changing on both sides. It's like some sort of roller coaster. It's like a big roller coaster like this between now and November. I have this vision and I see Kennedy making a huge announcement and it's got something about Trump. Now, normally when I get a flash in an image, I could be looking a few years down the line, but this is close because it's very clear what I'm saying. Okay, so I've got this image. There's clicking of cameras. Kennedy's standing there, and he's making a statement. It's like he's being interviewed. You know, paparazzi, and that they're asking him loads of questions. There's crowds of people, and they're talking about Trump. So, is it the case that something happens to Trump? I want to ask him, he's going to drop Vance as well. Yes, it's saying that there's a possibility that he could drop Vance, and there's a possibility that, I mean, anything's a possibility, really, isn't it? But to me, it's as if everything's planned by the gods. Everything is planned, divine timing. Which is still coming up. I've still got this Empress energy of what's coming up for the United States of America. I've still got that Empress energy. But it's going to be if it is the case, if it's that, in something, if Trump does get in, he'll not be in long. And I am now inclined to say that Kennedy's going to be playing more of a role here than Vance. I'm just going to double check this. Let me get a cup of tea. There's massive changes coming in with the Republican Party. Massive changes. What I can't understand is it's this I see a red line and a blue line, and they're going up like that. Right? And I definitely see Kamala's face here. Alright. But then I'm sort of seeing Robert Kennedy's face more than I'm seeing Vance's face. It's the only way I can describe it. Somebody had emailed me, I think it was Michael, he had emailed us the most extraordinary email. And I'm gonna read it if you don't mind, Michael, because I was thinking that last night before I went to bed. I'm gonna get it up. If you give me 2 minutes. Where's it gone? I was going to Google it, and I've never had time today. Because I'm not an expert on politics in America. I'm just a psychic. I'm just somebody who picks up stuff, right, and does me predictions. But I was going to put in on Google, is it possible that Kamala and Trump could both be president at the same time? Or could they both be president? Right, so he's put, Lou, I believe it is possible for both to become president in the next few months and thus to satisfy your alternative timeline predictions. Right. This has happened a number of times in the past. Presidents have been assassinated, have died of illness or resigned. In the case, their vice president automatically becomes president and finish the term. All right. Goes on about Biden. When Biden performed so badly in the debate with Trump and it appeared he would lose the election, the senior Democrats made him give up his campaign to become the Democrat candidate to run for re-election as president. With Biden out of the picture, Kamala Harris then announced she was running for president and would seek to become the Democratic candidate. The senior Democrats arranged for the delegates to the Democrat National Convention who had been committed to vote for Biden to instead switch their votes to Kamala. She was voting in, as you know, as the Democratic candidate for president. But his view is that Kamala is weak and Trump is running in strong campaign. If the senior Democrats want Kamala to be a stronger candidate, they could get Biden to resign his position of president, claiming illness. then Vice President Kamala would automatically become president to finish the current term, which ends in January 2025. And then Michael goes on to say this would satisfy the prediction of the female of colour becoming president. It is very possible, Michael. I will run some cards on this. As the sitting president, Kamala would be in a much stronger position to then be re-elected president in the November 24 election. But if Trump wins the November 5th, 2024 election, then he would be sworn in as president on January the 20th, 2025. So it is possible for both to become president over the next few months. It's possible. Kamala would only serve as president for a few months from when Biden resigned. This is Michael's take on it, but what I was given was, one of my guides said, is it possible that they could both be president? So let me have a look. Sounds a bit Yorkshire there, doesn't it? Hey up. Woman of colour, yeah. Is this possible? Is this possible? Michael's version. Is this possible? It's picking up the two different timelines. That's answer was spirit with the cards. E-by gum lass. Answer there. Give us a true answer now. Seven cards. Queen of Pentacles. There's Kamala. It's going to be a close shave, whatever. There's going to be, no matter what, there's going to be a break in the road with this. There's definitely going to be a switch over. Something big's going to happen. And if I'm getting it wrong, it's going to be after the inauguration. Let's just come to us. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles. And we've got the Magician. Yes, it's possible, but the Democrats aren't seeing it that way. The Democrats want her in for 2025. That's not Trump. That's Kennedy. That Trump was a Democrat once, yeah. Okay. Empress. She keeps getting the Empress card. So it's saying here she's definitely going to be president. Be it either it's short term or long term. It's saying it's possible. It's saying Michael's version is very possible. Of course we'll know within the next couple of months anyway what's what, won't we? They're saying out with the old, in with the young. Out with the old, in with the young. That's what they're giving me here. Is it possible that Robert Kennedy could end up taking on the Republican role? Yeah. Very, 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 very damned possible. But I'm still inclined at the minute to say that it's still looking very strong for 2025 for her. It depends, again, on different timelines I've talked about, who she's running up against. But there's going to be a swift exit with Trump. Now, I don't know if that's before the election or after the election. Right, Hazeltime. Please pull cards on September the 18th. Trump will be sentenced in New York City. National Guard troops in the hotel around the courthouse. I'll do that in a minute. But what I'm being shown here is that he's going to have a quick exit. It's coming through really, really strong. That's Trump. But it came out like that way. Swift, quick exit. I like what Saz J's put here. All the political people need eradicating. All evil. Well, Graham, I think that's hilarious what Graham's put here in Scotland. Was thinking earlier, Keir needs his knighthood removed from what he has done to the UK. I totally agree. He's not well liked, like. Right. '18th. Is it a woman judge? Is it a woman judge? With this thing on the 18th, it is, isn't it? It's still not stopping him running. It's a male. All right, okay. It's a woman judge. If anybody's going to get him on anything, it's a woman judge. It's still not stopping him running for president. Whatever they try to do to him, he's still going to run for president. Do you know what I mean? It's coming through really, really strong. But it's a woman judge, I felt, what was going to get him on stuff. The woman judge is Tanya Chutkin. All right. I'm not being funny, but if they've stuck him in jail, I think that this man will not give up. He'll still run for president. You know what I mean? And it'll actually make people want to vote for him more if they did that. That's what I feel anyway. Well, especially on the Republican side. But I don't know. It's a very strange one, the 18th. Do you know what I mean? Janie Angel, Louise, is Trump the original Trump? Yes. I think they're going to get him good and proper. They're going to get him on a few different things, but it's still not going to stop him running. It's still not going to stop him running. It's as simple as that. But I'm unsure on the 18th one. I think there's something else coming. There's something else coming, not just that one. But that's not what's going to take him out or stop him. This is not what I'm picking up. This is something completely different to what's been talked about. So I don't know if it's just something sudden, what happens to his health, or somebody tries another assassination attempt on him. By the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. But I'm just predicting. But this, all I know is that it's not going to end the way you think it's going to end, and there's going to be a sudden exit with him. But if he does get in as president, the next president, he'll not be in long. I'm still sticking with that. Let's see if it's his health. Is it his health or is it something else? Give us a true answer. I'm going to ask the catty cards, the kitty catty cards. I'll do that for something else. Something nice. Right, so we've got the upside down devil and we've got the upside down knight of wands. I think it's assassination attempt. That's what I'm feeling. So it's somebody crazy, upside down, probably mind programmed or something. Do you know what I mean? Upside down devil's not good. That's like a house of, it can't be the House of Lords. Maybe it's round about the time there's going to be something big going on in the House of Lords. Well, that needs to be bloody coming down. They need to get rid of the House of Lords. I'm telling you, they need to have the House of the common people. Never mind the House of bloody Lords. Don't know who they think they bloody well are, but that needs to go. We'll get to that in a minute. So maybe it's round about the time there's something going on over here in the UK. It's round about that time there's going to be something big. What's going to kick off around Trump? All right. So just to round this off, is Kennedy going to become a Republican candidate? The cards are saying no. Well, he has to, hasn't he? He has to, like... Doesn't make sense. I'll ask again. Is Kennedy going to become a Republican candidate? Is Kennedy going to become the next president of the United States? It says more that. It's all very messy, isn't it? The whole thing's all very bloody messy. See what the ball says when I get going into it. I wonder if it is independent. Because the Kennedys have always been Democrats, haven't they? Is Kennedy going to switch to another side? Like, because it looks like he has, really, hasn't he, by backing Trump? Switch to another party. it's gone beyond that. It's gone beyond parties. It's about principles. It's about what's really going on behind the scenes. We've got the upside down tower. There's a plan what's been put into place. And I feel him and Trump have talked deep into the night. Many nights. Plans of what will be and how he can help him. Like Musk, there's been a lot of conversations late at night that they've all had. There is going to be a situation that they haven't just got one plan. They've got a plan A, B, C, and on. There's something here what's going to massively happen, what they fear, what's going to change the whole narrative for Trump's future. Now, without sounding like a broken record before I get on to the rest, we've got a woman's energy coming in here. What's going to claim this? The question is, on what side? Not at the minute, I'm just going to leave it at that. It's not going to end the way you think it's going to end. I'm going to say it again. It isn't. This is all I'm going to say on the matter for the night. It is not with the Trump situation. It's not going to end the way you think it's going to end. There's a big twist with all of this. And don't forget, I don't follow the crowd. I don't follow any cliques. I just feel this is the way I want to say it. It's not going to end the way you think it's going to end. With all this hatred towards him. Like, what they're going to do when he's not there. What they're going to do. Where they're going to aim all that hatred towards. Because he's not going to be there. Because he's not going to be there for not much longer. So where they're going to put all that hatred. I'm just going to leave that one with you for the night. It's coming through really strong. Only God really, really knows. And again, this might sound very corny, what I'm going to say. But there's a bigger picture going on than what we're looking at the minute. But I want to say, and it's the Hermit card, but he's standing in snow. When the man stands in snow, we will know the truth. Debbie Pop, I like what she's put. The Tims will claim victory. The Republicans will claim victory. It's going to go for recount and will ultimately come to triumph, I believe, yeah. It's the hatred's horrific. So where they're going to put all that hatred when he's not about? God always wins in the end. But being heavily distracted. And I said this a few years ago. I said Trump was very friendly with Musk. People were saying, oh, no, that, you know. I says, I'm telling you, they talk and it'll all come out in the end. And I've been right. You know, they've all come together and he's backing him. It's not going away, this feminine energy. It's not going away. Maybe that's what, maybe you need that feminine energy. Now, I'm not saying that's Kamala's energy, but maybe that's what you need. It's coming through very strong. It's inevitable at some point that's going to happen. Let's pull some cards out on Chaos Starmer. Oh, Tulsi's brilliant. Starmer. God almighty. I just don't think... I honestly do think we've got the devil in Parliament at the minute. I really, really do. This is my take on it, mind. This is what I feel, which I feel a lot of Brits do feel the same. Freedom of speech and all of that type of thing. We've got the upside down justice card. We've got the upside down king of wands. All right. So this is him. He's laying his low down. There he is, little lizard man. There he is. With his red cloak on. Okay. I see a lot of problems to come to the UK. I see a lot of restrictions. There was something I was reading. I mean, I didn't... Something about tax or something, or... He's going to do all sorts of things to people's tax. He's... There's going to be a lot of problems with heating, benefits. That's people coming in from over the borders who aren't getting checked, by the way. I'm talking of illegal immigrants, not just immigrants. I'm talking illegal immigrants. There is lots of scandals to come out in the UK. You talk about the post office scandal, there's bigger stuff to come out. Bigger stuff to come out. We've got stuff to come out with the council. We've got stuff to come out. It's going to be shocking to do with hotels. Watch for that. All right. At the time, there's going to be some plummet or something to do with the stock market. And I'm getting the 15th or the 16th. I want you to remember that. That's coming through very, very strong. We've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So it's like he's trying to take, and it's upside down, people's money away. He's a socialist. He's a Nazi, really. He's a socialist Nazi. That's what he is. But we, as the British people, will bounce back up again. He's tried to divide we. He's tried to divide her by making her out to be racist. And it's not working. I mean, I'm not saying some will be, but the majority of British folk, we don't want to be divided. He's a dictator of the worst kind here. But the problem we've got here is, I mean, you had the problem when Margaret Thatcher was in office. And she was nicknamed the Milk Snatcher. Thatcher, the Milk Snatcher. All right? Because she took the free milk away from the kiddies in the schools. What he's going to do with the kids is going to be far, far worse. So I don't know if that's got something to do with child benefit or working tax credit, child tax credit, or something to do with schools. But what this man's going to do is going to be far, far worse. And I never thought I would say this. I mean, personally, I think they're all as bad as each other, but I never thought I would say this. But come the day when they bring the Tories back again, because it's a shock. It's just shocking. You can't even how we can see that he's a Labour Prime Minister, because to me he's not a Labour person at all. There's going to be problems here, a lot of problems to come, and we've got the 9, we've got the 6. Within 3 months, there's going to be some. It's going to hit a peak. Remember the 5th of November. And I pointed this one out before, right? So you had the 4th of July, where you had our election, all right? And then you've got the 5th of November, which is Bonfire Night, Guy Fawkes, going on over there in the US. It's like it's mirroring everything. It's all connected. They're all working together. Everything's connected with numbers and frequencies. We've got Judgment Day coming. Graham in the audience on Twitch had asked me, you know, Louise, because I've always seen this vision of like sort of where there'll be military on the streets, you know, and they'll be blocking people. This is a timeline I'm seeing. I'm not saying it's a definite timeline, but I've just asked in my head there, will this actually happen? And it's saying it's very possible, yes. So I'm going to look into when. It looks dark and cold. Foggy, dark, misty and cold. Mind you, that means nout with the weather over here, does it? Let's have a look. Got a jumper here. So when the Lovers card come out, it normally means there's big news to come out. If he makes it that long. Oh God, that's not very good, is it? Oh well, it is good for us, but not for him. There's a woman to replace him. Now, isn't that interesting? So we've got a woman's energy coming in on the US, and we've got a woman's energy coming in. I've got a feminine energy. Unless it's a feminine man. I mean, anything's possible, isn't it? But I'm getting a feminine energy. A feminine energy. I'm going to say female. Then I'm also seeing a woman, but I'm also seeing a man with very short grey hair. Short grey hair. I feel they're going to vote him out. I think there's going to be hell on in Parliament very, very soon. They're not giving us a time in here. Again, we've got split timelines going on. Split timelines going on, but I know it's dark when everything kicks off. It could be the next 2 months. 2 to 3 months. Anything what kicks off in the UK, it's going to be dark. I said this last year, and I'm sure I said it at the beginning of the year, but definitely last year, I said it's going to be dark and a lot of marches and protests to come, and problems with the NHS. There's just something I can't put my finger on with him. His energies is all off. But I think anybody who supports... I've got to be very careful what I say because I'm on YouTube, do you know what I mean? But anybody who supports it... you know what I mean? An NONCE is dark anyway. Do you know what I mean? He let him off, Mr. Savile. He let him off. If anybody who reaps evil, it's that man. That's what I'm going to say. It just comes off him. It just oozes off him. So I would say that things are going to get a bit worse before they get better. You may ask yourself, you know, is you know, what is going on? Why are these people being allowed to go on like this? But maybe they have to do this to show the people for how bad things are. You know, this is his time. This is his time. He's got a chance, and he's gonna basically. He's not going to be in for much longer. Everything will happen all very quickly when he does leave. Just before he leaves, there'll be military. I'm also feeling there's going to be Navy ships, what's going to go out to a WAR situation. And it's going to be a little bit like a Bay of Pigs situation. It'll spin around and come back. I keep seeing Boris's face and I don't know why. Bring back Boris. Bring him back. Or maybe he's not. I really don't know. You have to comment on the link below what you think of that one, guys. But there's going to be, unless there's some scandals coming out with Boris, maybe it's that. Just going to pull 3 more cards out on him just to shut this down, and then we're going to get into the world predictions on the ball. Boris isn't as bad as we thought. He couldn't carry out the orders exactly from the puppet master, so he was shoved out. Well, look exactly how scary Hitler was brought to power. I'm getting all these crazy visions, so I'm going to have to get into the ball in a minute. He's going. And he's somebody else who will exit very, very quickly. I mean, you had Liz Truss. She wasn't in that long, was she? There's something ready to erupt. Something to do with money. Something to do with the money market or something. And he's going to get... It's going to be shocking. And they're going to... Even his own people will turn against him. Remember that. If any of this show, you must remember that. Nasty little man he is. Got the Sun card, which is shining back over on the UK. Have you seen like rugby? Rugby players, UK. Glory. When's the rugby on? The England rugby? This is where I need my friend Ben in here. He used to play for England rugby. He would have told us. The snake is definitely slithering around the whole world. Have you heard my tummy grumbling? My God. The tower. This is the polar opposite what's happening at the minute. Look, she's not going away. She's not going away. So we've got the tower, the upside down tower, by the way, right? Because I read the card both ways, which is not very good. But then you've got the world, which is beautiful. The two total polar opposites. We have to raise our vibrations. We have to get into the law of attraction. I do believe by not feeding into the negative, I do believe we can shift this whole narrative on this planet Earth. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. She's not going away. I look at that, and I'm not just saying that as I want to see Kamala Harris. I'm looking at it as a whole is a woman's energy, and it's circulating around the planet. There'll be a woman, and she'll make an announcement as well. And again, I'm going back to the Trump scenario, the situation. And she's going to... Big scandals to come. Big scandals. Watch for this. Huge. All right? Right, so let's put them back together again. I heard Starmer went to school with Saddam. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's true. Oh my God. Naughty girl. Naughty. No. Come to Mummy. Come and see the ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back in a minute. She's like trying to pull. You naughty girl. No. That's naughty. Naughty. I've got like a feeding station on like a desk thing, and I've got a food on, a dried food and a little bits of meat. And then I've got like this lovely platform where it's got that drinking fountain on. And she's going back again. She's so defiant. Nala. No, naughty. Ninny. Ninny. Come and see. Come and see. Oh, not by Zizi. Zizi's a good girl. Oh, she's having a drink. She loves the water because she's a Bengal, isn't she? So she loves the water. I mean, she practically nearly jumps in the bath when I'm in the bath. You've got to watch that you don't have it too hot because, I mean, she's jumping in with you. Actually, the both of them like water, but Zizi's not a one for pulling things to bits. I need a spray bottle with some water in it. That's a good idea. She's having a drink of water now, which she's supposed to do. But the last one, she bit through the cable. She literally bit. I don't know how she didn't electrocute herself. I really don't. I swear to God, I could throw that cat in the Tyne and she'd come out with a salmon in her mouth. She's such a strong cat. The other one's very delicate. The sound engineer, she's very innocent and dainty. This one's just a monk. She's just a little monkey, aren't you? Come to Mummy. Okay. Right. Oh, the other one's getting up. Are you all right? Are you all right? Like she's going to say, yes, I'm fine. It's a bit of a madhouse in here, you know what I mean? Okay, let's see what the crystal ball has to say. Now, I can't ask the crystal ball questions. I'll just go with the visions that I see. Lots of wild horses running through the streets of Spain. Do you remember you had that situation with the wild horses? I can't believe that. She's just pulled that and it's like dangling off and then she's walked away. How defiant's that? Now she's going to go and tease her sister. Do you remember that situation with the horses? There was an awful situation with loads of horses. I'm seeing another situation like that, but this looks like lots of them running through the streets. Normally you have like the bull things where they're running through the streets, don't they? So I don't know what that is. But I'm getting a very Spanish feeling. So maybe watch for something to come there. Big news coming in to do with the King of Spain. Is there such a thing as the King of Spain? Or something to do with... Aye, they're giving us the King of Spain. So I don't know what that is. Also, I feel, talking about kings, I feel there's going to be some big news coming around Charles. This is very true what Debbie Pops put in Twitch. She's put, running horses is normally a metaphor for freedom. This is very true. But it's a symbol. And I don't know if it's a sign as well. All right, but it's a sign round this time this is happening. There's going to be some big news to follow to do with Charles. The coin will change very quickly. The coin will change very, very quickly. And talking about the dollar, the US dollar, I see Trump's face on a dollar. Remember that. Just remember that. Might be something to come. Doesn't always mean he's going to be the president, like, but I see his face on coin. Some problems to do with a ship in the sea. Big ship. It looks like a Titanic type of ship. So I don't know if it's like a cruise ship or something. Now, I got that earlier on, didn't I? I also got to do with a WAR situation. Stormy seas ahead. The Viking gods are becoming awakened. Big changes to happen around Europe. The whole surface of Mother Gaia, Earth, planet Earth, is changing. And I've said this before, where I see into the future continents look different. This could be to do with water damage. All right, don't freak about this. Water damage, water floods that could change. Lots of water to come. Continents will change. God, I don't like saying this, but I'm going to say it because my guides are giving us it, but the Antichrist is already here. I'm getting South Africa. Big changes to come around South Africa with laws that are going to change. I see a lot of problems. And then we've recently had this situation going on with the monkeypox, haven't we? So I don't know, there's going to be some... I predicted this. I said that there was something else coming into the future where there was going to be like a on the skin. Can you remember I said this a few years back? Just like exactly like I said, I predicted the other thing as well. That I could see everybody running around with blinking masks on, remember? Right. So there's some problem coming with the border of Africa. There's going to be problems coming. Big changes politically. I don't know who's actually the Prime Minister of South Africa at the moment. Come here. Be a good girl. Come here. There's a good girl now. Don't be naughty. Don't be naughty. I was just purring. There's a good girl. There's a good girl. Right, okay. So I'm seeing a situation there. There's problems coming in with around Africa. Oh God. So whatever's going to kick off, right, this is a flash I'm seeing. It's something about Kamala Harris. After the election, then I see Nancy Pelosi shouting, just making a statement and just shouting something. That's coming in very, very strong. You've just bit Mummy on the wrist. That's not nice. Like a little love bite. She's just giving us like a little love bite on my wrist. I'm going to give you some numbers here to do with big news coming in. I'm getting the 17th and the 18th. The 24th, the 21st, the 29th. Big news coming in around Jack. Jack's out. Big news coming in around Jack. Don't ask me what I'm saying here. It's just something that my guides are giving us. I see a weatherman and he's on the television, or it's some scientists or something, and he's talking about the coastline of the UK and how it's getting corroded away by the sea. And it's something what's going to be talked about a lot. It's something what's going to come out about the UK, about it going underwater, or somebody's talking extreme about something to do with water in the UK. So remember that, but don't panic about it. Something what I'm seeing happening. New satellite technology coming in here. great technology what's been held back from her, which is going to come forth. And I'm also feeling, watch for scandals coming in around Musk. But they'll do that. They'll manufacture that. They'll bring it forth because of then they can't manipulate anything with Twitter like they could the last time. Just saying. Just my take on it. Something about horses, it's coming through really, really strong, and it's for the UK and also for Europe. Something about horses. I don't know what I'm getting here. Lots of horses. I feel like I need to, tonight I want to send love and protection out to all the animals, the cats, the dogs, the horses. Is there something coming that they're going to blame the animals? Possibly. Nala, you're very heavy on your paw. She's very heavy. She's like Nelly the elephant, the way she stamps on you. Yeah, you're mommy's baby. Scandals to come out to do with water. Sewages, water, problems. And I've seen this before with lots of rats running through the streets. I keep seeing this vision. Problems with water pipes, water. We need to watch the water for the next virus to come. But they will blame the animals. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. They will blame the animals, but we need to watch the water. That's terrible, that, what Saz Jason just said. Turkey are having all stray animals taken away. We need to send love out to all the animals on this planet tonight. Isn't that right, Nala? Do you agree? We'll pull some cat cards out soon. Big news to come in around Kate and William, so watch for that. And also huge news coming out for Harry and Meghan. There's going to be an announcement, and I actually do feel they're going to leave the US. Huge news is coming out to do with around exiting. A few people who are going to suddenly exit. Few movie stars, male and female in the US, but also somebody over in the UK, male and female too. It could be like actors or that type of thing. Everything's going to hype up running up to the election because it's all a distraction. And I said this would happen, three-way events, left, right and centre. We're looking here, we're looking there, we're looking everywhere. Do you know what I mean? And everything's just all a distraction. Railway problems, that could be the UK. What's the WAR situation? Evil is on this planet, rising as we speak. And this is why it's so important that we keep our vibrations up. $10 and $11 and 27's coming out very strong with huge news. That could be the 10th of November or 10th 10 could be October. Or is it the 11th of October? Three state funerals to take place. MCS. Everything I'm telling you will fall into place like a jigsaw puzzle. The boot of Italy, I feel like I need to send healing and protection to. And you know, Mother Gaia, she's got different places around Earth where she'll erupt. We've got like the Iceland, they've got a lot of problems there with a volcano. But she's just releasing our energy. But Italy can't. And it's going to crack and break. My God. So Iceland oozes it to stop that destruction. But Italy's too brittle. There's going to be a big crack, a big sever. And I'm also very drawn around LA. But I'm going into the seabed. The seabed is coming up. Problems to the seabed. When people talk about the big one, it's 2026, any massive problems. But 25 will bring a great destruction of a tsunami. I feel like I need to send healing to Hong Kong, and I don't know why. There's problems to come there. What is going on with Trudeau? Everything mirrors. Whatever happens here mirrors in Canada as well. I've noticed that because she's part of the Commonwealth, isn't she? Or she not? I don't know. No, Australia is. Does Canada exit? I'm not sure. I think so. Anyway, there's going to be problems there. I mean, everything's just all a farce. Everything's just all a farce. I mean, we'll come out of Brexit, apparently. And I said they'll create something else. And he's doing it now. He just makes his own rules up as he goes along. That thing in Parliament. He's just making it up and creating something else. Do you know what I mean? Just mark my words. He'll be sent out packing soon. But before he goes, he'll call war. He'll call war because that's what he is. And he'll be the one what will... If he's left in for much longer, he'll be the one which will announce the Bay Swan event. That's what I'm getting. Prep. Us Brits need to prep. Don't panic, buy but honestly, you need to go and have a look in Lidl. I'm not trying to push for anything or I'm promoting Lidl, but I was in there this afternoon and the quality, you know, you can get some really good stuff, pure rice, that type of thing. It's just worth looking. If you've got like a family, if you're on a budget, it's worth prepping and having a look in Lidl. We just need to prep for this winter. You need to get your store cupboards ready, guys. Your larder filled up for the winter. Like what grannies used to do. So Canada is still under the English crown. Okay. Well, I think there's great restrictions. Whatever takes place, great restrictions in the UK will take place in Canada as well. But something's not right with him. I can't put my finger on what it is. Is he really running the show? Is he really there? Mr. Robot Man. Not for much longer. Big changes to come. Also in France as well. But Macron, whatever takes place globally where there'll be a WAR event, Macron will make announcements. Macron will make announcements before he ever leaves. Maldives. I feel like I need to send healing to the Maldives tonight. So as we are coming into, is it hurricane season? I believe it is, isn't it? Certain parts of the world. I know when I went to Barbados, it was in October. And that was like hurricane season. I don't know, I feel like I need to send healing out to them parts of the world now. But whatever takes place, I'm still staying it. Australia will lead the way. Lots of floods to come into New Zealand. Australia will lead the way. I keep getting that song. I keep getting it, and it's the corniest song from the 80s, One Night in Bangkok. I've got to get the lyrics up to this. If anybody doesn't know what I'm going on about, I get messages. Got little A2I here. And he gives us messages, me little light being. Oh goodness me, what the hell's that? Remember by Murray Head. I've given this message before. So I get these messages, lyrics. He's coming in. Bangkok, Oriental City. And funny enough, I was just reading somebody in Bangkok the other night. I'll not sing because I'll break the mic. But here we go. And I'll break your glass around you. Bangkok, Oriental City. But the city don't know what the city is getting. The creme de la creme of the chess world. In a show with everything but Yul Brynner. Time flies, doesn't seem a minute. Since the trillion spa had chessboards in it. All change, don't you know what, when you play at this level, there's no ordinary venue. It's Iceland, yeah, I was talking about that, wasn't I? Or the Philippines, or Hastings, or is this place? One night in Bangkok and the world's your oyster. The bars and temples and their pearls ain't free. You'll find a god in every golden cluster. If you're lucky, then the god's a she. I can feel an angel sliding up to me. One town's very like another when your head's down over your pieces, brother. It's a drag, it's a bore, it's really such a pity to be looking at the board, not looking at the city. What do you mean? You've seen one crowded, polluted, stinking town. Tea girls warm, sweet, sweet. Summer sweet in the Somerset morn sweet. Yet you talk to the tourist, whose every move amongst the purist. I get my kicks around the waistline sunshine. Don't know what that means. One night in Bangkok makes a hard man humble. Not such between despair and ecstasy. One night in Bangkok and the tough guys tumble. Can't be too careful with your company. I can feel the devil walking next to me. Siam's gonna be the witness to the ultimate test of cerebral fitness. This grips me more than would a muddy old river or reclining Buddha. Thank God I'm only watching the game, controlling it. I don't see you guys raging, the kind of mating I'm contemplating. I'd let you watch, I would invite you, but the queens we use would only excite you. So you better go back to your bars, your temples, your massage parlours. One night in Bangkok and the world's your oyster. That's it. I can feel the devil walking next to me. I'm getting Bangkok tonight. There's something strange. I can't believe it's the Philippines. But I felt that where things were going to really kick off, the Philippines was playing a part with trade as well as Australia. Remember that. Just coming through really strong. Maybe there's something to come out around that neck of the woods. That's what I'm getting here. Okay. There will be threats of cyber attack, and that's definitely coming out. 7, 11, and 20, and 2, and 31, and 14, and 4. The numbers are booming, they're popping out this crystal ball. Remember them. Remember what I've said. You can always play it back. What the hell's that, see? London will be on high alert. There's so many different distractions coming up before the election. And the 7th and the 8th's being given very strong with big news as well. So again, I could be looking into next year. It could be the 7th could be July, or the 8th month could be August. Because we're September now. But I get a really weird feeling as I'm looking into this crystal ball. It's like the plans have already been done. The plans have already been made by a hierarchy of being who are trying to clean up the planet. This is what I'm being given. It's really weird. And everything that we think is going to happen, it's going to be the complete opposite. And the players that you think are going to be in play aren't even going to be about. A paper shortage, that's coming through very strong. Get your toilet rolls in, guys. Oh, there's a paper shortage coming, so I don't know what that means. Also, big scandals to come out with dairy farmers in the UK. But I don't feel it'll be anything to worry about, but propaganda and news will make it that way. Do you understand? It's all about trade. We're going through a massive transition on the planet. And as all as this is happening, you still got a lot of evil doers who are trying to bring on war and stuff like that and destruction. So I don't feel we've heard the last of where there could be problems with Iran and Israel. All right? It's fading out now. I'm going back here, Starmer again. He's just going to put some great restrictions on with. There's also going to be a problem with potatoes. Potatoes. The old tatty potatoes. There's going to be problems. Trade is a massive problem. I know this sounds really crazy, but I want to say get your electrical stuff in now if you have to. Why would I say that before it's too late? Get your electrical stuff in now before you if you have to. Problems, a shortage of electrical goods for a while. Let's see if there's anything else before I pull away. Good girl, drinking your water. Being a good girl, not pulling it off the board. I've been growing potatoes in my garden, guys. I've grown 2 different sorts, King Edwards and Morris Pipers, and everything's organic that I've been growing. Yeah, I believe Israel will be okay. It is a holy spiritual war that we're in. It definitely is. No matter what happens and whatever takes place, by Christmas of 2024, Trump won't be about. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just come to us. Now, that doesn't mean he's dead. It could mean anything. It could just be that he's not in the game. He's not doing anything. Don't do that. But that's what I'm being given, okay? And I'm going to leave that one with you. Watch the skies, guys. I think that we're in for some great evidence of extraterrestrial life out there. Give us 2 minutes because she's really pulling that off. Come here. Nala. Hey, Nala. Naughty. No. Naughty girl. That's very naughty. Very naughty. I feel there's going to be a lot of sightings this year. And it's technology. Now, when you see these crafts, it doesn't always mean that aliens are flying these crafts. A lot of the time, there could be Space Force, humans, what's flying them. Because don't forget, everything's just been held back from all of this technology. And now the veil's lifting, you know, they're just getting more used to it. They're bringing it all in, you know, it's all getting seeped in. I mean, it's going to be unrecognisable, this planet, 10 years from now. 10 years, it's going to be like a futuristic planet. And a new Russia's been given by then, 10 years from now. That's interesting. And I actually even feel there'll be a woman like Alexander the Great, again, which will come into Russia. Never get anything like that, do I? But that's something for the Russian people. There's a massive sort of transition happening global everywhere around the world. One night in Bangkok. The other night I was getting a very extraterrestrial energy feeling over here in the UK. And I went out to the bin to put some rubbish in the bin in the garden. And there was loads of stars out and that. But I felt we're so close. We're so close. I don't feel it's going to be where they all come flying in from the skies and the whole world gets to know. I think it's in individual groups. I actually do feel we can interdimensionally connect with them through meditation, but physically contact, and I do believe that they're walking amongst us as well, some of them. But there'll be a lot of incidents what's going to take place between now and Christmas and into the early part of next year, where you have the situation questioning, you know, whether you had Miami through the shopping mall. That was a bit dodgy, wasn't it? People saying that there was these tall beings walking through the shopping mall. And then you had apparently that there was alien beings had landed in someone's back garden in Texas. Or was it Vegas? Vegas. And then you had something else happening somewhere else where people were getting hounded somewhere remote. So, but I think it's there's a lot of incidents like that to take place. A lot of more stories, a lot of people with contact are going to come forth. They come by Earth and lock the doors. Visitations are taking place. I see it. I'm actually contacting somebody here now. I'm sort of seeing him. He's very handsome. Looks like a Palladian man. He looks like he's in some sort of uniform. They talk about the Galactic Federation, and as you know, I used to channel them, but I pulled away a lot back from that because I felt there was a lot of psyops and Trojan horses within the truth community, people talking about it. And so I tend to just do it privately for people. I do channeling sessions if anybody wants them with Zachar, my insecticide being, and I do Akashic records with him, and a lot of them work with us with the because I'm a shamanic healer as well, and I do galactic operations with these beings. I forgot what I was going to say there. But I just feel it's as if that we're so close to this, you know, we're so close. That was it. So I'm seeing this guy, and he's humanoid. He's very tall, very handsome. So that was it. I don't even think that there's such a thing. You've got the Galactic Federation, but that's what it's been labelled as. I think there's other federations as well. There's other sort of agencies interlinked, different sections of them. It's all the same, me too. So you've got to be very careful, you know, when you're channeling as well. But I'm communication with this man. He reminds us of Valen. So he's not blonde to the hair. Valen is somebody that I channel. But he's like darker to the hair. You see, they're getting ready. They're getting ready for bringing in the contact. They want the Palladians want the contact. There's another race of beings that begins with the letter A. It's not Octarians. There's so many different races. They want the contact, but they can't. It's part of human civilization. But they have, some of them are allowed to come onto Earth to interact and to have relations with some of these off-world soldiers are allowed, they've been given a pass to interact and come onto Earth to interact with women on Earth, with relations. It's interesting, isn't it? And there'll be certain women who it'll be in their star imprint, in their life's journal, in their DNA for it to happen. It's a soul contract that they did before they came to Earth, that they would do this. Interesting. They're going to try and take force. The deep state are going to try and take force of the whole of mankind to bring it into New World Order, but it will fail miserably. So expect an event, expect a situation to try to control her. And that could be where I'm seeing soldiers on the streets. And I'm not saying it's not happening, but it will be a false situation. Like I've always said, when it kicks off, go inside and shut the door. And with that, I'll say goodbye. Is there anything else that you would like to say? Great change to take place. Monetary system will change. New coin they want to bring in. More choice, more freedom. Great restrictions to take place. This is what I'm being given. So we need to prep. And I would say it's not just for the UK, it's for global prep. But don't panic buy. But mankind will live on. At one point, we'll do some channeling at some point. Alright? But I'm going to leave you there with a lot of love from Spirit. And good night from me, and good night from this Palladian fella who's trying to give his contact. Great change to take place. We are going into a super new futuristic Earth. And we have to take very good care of our minds, bodies and souls, and of what our thoughts are. Until the next time, wherever you all are around the world, take care, stay safe, stay vigilant, and stay strong, and keep faith. For there is great change ahead of us. And I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye now. Godspeed. Take care now. Now how do I get out of here? Oh yes. See you again soon. Bye.